All right, guys, so I just got off of a coaching call with my one coaching client, and he mentioned to me that I should make a video on the top 5 things that I would do if I had to start over my video production company. What are the top 5 things that I would personally do? And so that's why we're making the video. That's what we're going to talk about here. But before we get into all of that juicy stuff, please do me a favor, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and it helps us get this information to more people who need it. The absolute first thing that I would do, other than purchasing your gear, I mean, we're going to kind of put that off because you obviously have to have some equipment to do what you need to film and what you need to shoot. But the first thing I would do is start a YouTube channel. And the reason I would do that is because, you know, I started it a little later, but to me, it's a nice long-term game that you can play that is going to help you in the future. And it's also a really good place to post your work and to host your portfolio. I know there's an argument to be made that you should put it on something for more professional like Vimeo, but I've never personally felt that. I did have a Vimeo for a few years, and my clients never cared if I sent them a YouTube link or a Vimeo link. And I do feel like YouTube is really covering a large span now in 2024 between professional, amateur, content creator companies. It is not viewed as unprofessional as it used to be to put your portfolio on YouTube. So I would go ahead and make a YouTube page that corresponds with my branding and my company name, and that would probably be the first thing I would do. The second thing I would do once that's set up, and obviously I have my gear and I'm starting to do work, whether it's paid work or free work, I would study sales religiously. I think if you followed the channel before, you know how adamant I am about doing sales. And it's not just because you should be selling video and selling your service, but it's because in life, you're always going to be doing sales. If you're going to go for a job one day, you're going to be doing sales. If you're going to be trying to convince somebody, you know, to hang out with you or come to your party, you're doing sales. You're always going to be doing sales. So I think it's valuable to get into the world of audiobooks, or, you know, just search sales on YouTube. There's people like Alex Hormozy that teaches sales for free, and he's got hour-long lectures on it. There's really good audiobooks by people like Zig Ziglar that you can listen to, that he's considered like the grandfather of sales or the godfather of sales, whichever one you want to say. But yeah, I would study sales nonstop and religiously, and it's not about manipulating people out of money. It's about conveying and connecting the dots between value and price. And that is how you're going to get ahead, is knowing how to do that. And if you don't know how to do sales, you can't really explain to somebody what you do or why they should pay you to do it. So get into sales, read as many sales books, and watch as many sales podcasts as you possibly can. Number 3 would be film things that you're interested in. If you're a really big motocross guy and you know a lot of people in that world, start filming motocross, because you're gonna feel like you're having fun as you're doing it, and it's not gonna feel like a job. You know, in the early days, I was filming a lot of stuff for churches, and there's nothing wrong with filming things for churches, but it just didn't really appeal to me that much, and so it felt more like a job. And even in the early days of filming weddings, before I had my scope of perspective, if you will, about weddings, it did feel like a job. And until I changed my mindset on that, you know, I kind of thought I was going to leave weddings in the past, but weddings have kind of made a resurgence in my business and in my heart, because I feel like they do have meaning, and I actually enjoy capturing those people's stories. But find things that you enjoy filming, and something that you guys have probably seen on the channel lately that I've been doing is more industrial work, like for the railroad or for pipeline companies and for blue collar companies. And I actually really enjoy that, because I feel like, you know, I'm unique in the way that I'm filming something that's not a lot of people get to film. And these are people who are probably never going to be on screen again. So it's just a cool industry to me, and I get a lot of benefit and fun from it. So it makes my job a lot easier, because I feel like I'm not working. I'm just out filming some really cool country guys doing their job. So yeah, find stuff you like and really focus in on that. Okay, number 4 is going to be learn the art of upselling. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you go buy Coca-Cola, you know, Coca-Cola will gladly sell you one Coke, but they make more money and can provide you with more value if you buy a 6-pack of Coke. And so that's why that whole system works that way, and the way the merchandising system works. You can sell someone one video, and that's totally fine. But a lot of your sales, if you just rely on just selling one video at a time, you're going to be working a lot for, probably decent money or enough money to, be in the top 1% of the world. But that being said, whenever I started focusing on upselling and value stacking in my video packages, and if you want to learn more about value stacking, I got a video down in the description. You can just search any of my videos that has to do with sales. You'll hear me talk about value stacking, but you'll make a lot more money, and you'll see that like almost the majority of your money is going to come from upsells. And to give you an example, let's just say a concrete company called me today and said, hey, we really want to do a video to get our name out there more. I would say, oh, that's great, we can do that. We'll do a brand message video. It's basically a commercial, a 2-minute commercial about what your company does, and you can post that on Facebook. That works, right? And I could charge $3,000 for that, where I'm at here in the Southeast, and be fine. But I can offer more value to them, and I can get paid more if I say, we'll do a brand message video for you. Here's some other things we can do that are gonna, forward that even more. The goal is to get seen by more people who need concrete done. So, we'll build a website for you guys. You don't have a website yet, and that's a pretty easy task nowadays. You can build a website, especially a user-friendly one with Squarespace or Wix or something like that, or GoDaddy. We'll take high-end professional photography. That way we can use that not only in the video, we can use it on the Facebook, we can use it on the website. We'll do 2 customer testimonials for you, and that's where you just tell us, give us the contact of some customers you had that were very satisfied. We'll drive out, or we'll get them to meet us somewhere, and we'll do a 2-minute interview with them about their experience with your company. And then we can take all of those things that we've already shot, and we can cut 2 to 3 social media ads that you can run on social media to promote your company. If you have things like the ability to use a drone on this kind of thing, you can always upsell that, like drone footage, $300. Long story short, I can take that $3,000 one video I was going to do, and all of a sudden I can turn that into a $12,000 deal. And believe it or not, companies like landscape companies, concrete companies, especially ones that have over 10 to 20 employees, they do have the money to spend on that kind of marketing, and they need it. They need to keep getting that business coming in, and that's how they rely. They rely on that to grow the company and to make sure everybody is paid and the owner's getting paid, is the steady influx of leads. And so at the end of the day, you got to think about your customers' ROI, but you can give them more ROI, you can give them more value and get paid more. So number 4, learn how to upsell. And the 5th and final thing I would do is I would subscribe to this channel, because this is all I talk about on here. I do some camera reviews, I do some tech reviews, I do some vlogs of my jobs, but I really do talk a lot, and I want to focus on helping you guys create more sustainable video production businesses for yourself so that you can have a lifestyle that you love. This month I probably worked 7 days the entire month, and it frees me up to spend more time with my family. It frees me up to coach my kids' soccer team. It frees me up to go play soccer. It just frees my whole life up to focus on things that are really, really important. But even in those 7 days, I'm able to do things that are meaningful and add lots of value to my clients' life and to their businesses, and also make a very good living doing so. So if you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the channel, because this is what I do, and this is my life's mission, is to help other people get to where they want to go. And I might be 10 years ahead of you, I might be 1 year ahead of you, you might be ahead of me, and maybe I can connect with you and learn some things. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it, and we will see you in the next video.